Hello everybody, my name is Jerry and today I will be making another video on Algebra 1 on a concept called the number of solutions to equations, and I'm coming to you from EdEquity, which is an organization that hopes to provide children around the world with free education. So let's get started right away. So an equation is basically anything with a variable or an equal sign. So 3x equals 6 is an equation, and the solution to that equation is 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now there can be a various number of solutions to equations. So based on how the equation is written, or what the equation is, an equation can either have exactly one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. So let's remember this first. So an equation of the form ax plus b equals cx plus d will have one solution if a does not equal c. So let's say 3x, right? 3x plus 2 equals 1x plus 4. This equation will have exactly one solution because a, which is 3 in this case, and 1, which is c in this case, does not equal each other. Now let's look at another situation. An equation of the form ax plus b equals cx plus d has no solutions when a equals c and b does not equal d. So an example of this will be so a equals c, so let's say 3x. Okay, let me write it down here. 3x plus 2 equals 3x, and notice b does not equal d, so 3x plus 5. So this equation does not have a solution because a equals c, 3 equals 3, but b does not equal d, 2 does not equal 5. And there is one more situation. An equation of the form ax plus b equals cx plus d has infinitely many solutions when a equals c and b equals d. So in this case, it will be 3x plus 2 equals 3x plus 2. In this case, I should change the color of this. So in this case, a equals c, 3 equals 3, b equals d, 2 equals 2. So in this case, then there will be infinitely many solutions when a equals c and b equals d. So these are the 3 properties you need to remember. Now, when I do these problems, I don't really look at or try to memorize these laws, because you can just solve for them and you will see for yourself. And another thing to note is that if you have one solution, then you obviously just write x equals 5 or something, or however, if you have no solutions, the symbol you usually use is a 0 with a cross on it that symbolizes no solution. And infinitely many solutions, you normally would write I and R. It means all real numbers. So any number will work because it has infinitely many solutions. So now let's try some problems. So how many solutions does the following equation have? Negative 9 parentheses x plus 6 equals negative 9x plus 108. So how many solutions does this equation have? So let's try the first method first. So notice how we need to do the distributive property first, because notice this law has the equation ax plus b equals cx plus d. However, in this case, we do not have ax plus b. We have a parenthesis, so we need to distribute the negative 9. So negative 9 minus 54 equals negative 9x plus 108. Notice in this case, a equals c. A equals c, but b does not equal d. What is that again? That is rule number 2. A equals c, but b does not equal d. So there will be no solutions to this equation. However, if you're going to keep solving the equation, let's see what would happen. So negative 9x and negative 9x. So you add 9x to both sides, you get 0. Right? You get 0, so 9x is gone. And you have negative 54 equals 108. And obviously, this statement is not true. It is false because negative 54 does not equal 108. So that is why this equation has no solutions. Let's try a different problem. So how many solutions does this equation have? 74y minus 8 minus 78y equals negative 4y minus 8. Again, we need to turn this equation into the form ax plus b equals cx plus d. So 74 minus 78y, that's negative 4y minus 8 equals negative 4y minus 8. Now notice, here a equals c and b equals d. Now what rule is that? That is rule number 3. A equals c and b equals d, and this equation will have infinitely many solutions. So let's see what happens if we keep solving it. So negative 4y, add negative 4y on both sides, and you get 0. Add 8 on both sides, you get 0. So 0 equals 0. And since 0 does equal 0, and this equation is true, you will get infinitely many solutions. Okay, let's try another one. How many solutions does the following equation have? 3 parentheses x plus 5 equals negative 4x plus 8. So again, we need to first distribute this 3 because we want it in a form that we can use it on the rule. So 3x plus 15 equals negative 4x plus 8. Now, 3 you can see does not equal negative 4. And 15 does not equal 8. And what rule is that? That is rule number 1. A does not equal c. And since a does not equal c, this equation will have one solution. Now let's try to find that solution just for fun. But we already have the answer. This equation has exactly one solution. So let's try to find it. Let's add 4x to both sides. 7x equals 8 minus 15. That is negative 7. So 7x equals negative 7. Divide 7 over x is negative 1. So x equals negative 1 is the solution to this equation. And let's try another problem. So how many solutions does the following equation have? Negative 7x minus 10 minus 15x equals negative 22x plus 83. Now let's rearrange this to the form of ax plus b equals cx plus d. So negative 22x minus 10 equals negative 22x plus 83. And notice how here a is negative 22 and c is also negative 22. So a equals c, but b, negative 10, does not equal d, 83. And what rule is that? So a equals c, but b does not equal d. So that's rule number 2. Then that will mean this equation will have no solutions. So solving this, and again, no solutions is like this, and solving this, you will get 0 equals to 93, and since 0 definitely does not equal 93, we know that this equation has no solutions. So that is it for today's video, and I hope you learned something. So we learned under what circumstances does an equation have one solution, no solutions, and infinitely many solutions. And I hope you learned something from this video, and be sure to check out our website at equity.org for more free content like quizzes and worksheets for you to do. And again, my name is Jerry, and thank you guys for watching.